Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm going to triple thick a Surfer Backglass. This thing is starting to peel and flake, and it's actually in pretty good shape, but I want to make sure it doesn't get any worse. Let me show you what I'm looking at first. So here's the Backglass from the front. At first glance, it's actually very nice shape, nice, good, vibrant colors. If you look closer, it's starting to lose a little paint on her legs, on her calf. A little bit right there, but a little bit on the white around the scores, but generally speaking, pretty good shape. I mean, most importantly, the colors are nice and bright. Just lost a little bit of paint there, but not too bad at all. Let me show you the back now. Here's the back of it. You can really see, it really pops out the parts that are missing paint. Right there, there's her leg, and if you look you can see that some of it is really peeling up, so she's about to lose her whole thigh there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it with triple thick. This is the product here, Krylon triple thick. So the first pass I'm going to make is really light, so you got to be careful when I don't just blast all that off with the spray paint. So you got to stay way above it and just put a little bit on, let it set up basically. So, and then come back and later do a heavier pass. On the windows, I take the same approach as Ronnie. I don't cover the windows. I just make sure I get them fully wet all the way up past the perimeter of it. I'm going to just load it up, and it will set up and be clear, and it won't be a problem. I know a lot of people will go ahead and mask those off. That's fine too. I think it's a lot more work, and the other thing is when you peel up the mask, you can have troubles with pulling up the paint adjacent to it. So I don't think it's necessarily better. It's definitely a lot more work. So this is a credit window. So I'll do the same thing. I'll just put a whole bunch, make sure it's fully wet. Wow, you see these old foam pads on there. I'd like to pull them up, but I'm afraid if you pull anything that's stuck to this, you're liable to pull up the paint, so I'm just going to leave it and paint over it. I'm really not going to try to clean anything. I'm going to paint over everything. So I think I'll put you on the stain and I'm going to start painting. So I've been shaking this can for about 2 minutes. I'm in a really well ventilated space, and so I'm going to start off real light. I'm about 2 feet away from her leg. Just trying to get it wet, so when I get closer I don't blast that off. Same for some of these other delicate areas. I'm really just this first pass, all I'm trying to do is get the really sensitivity. I just saw a little flake come off on that one. I blew it off. That's kind of going to happen a little bit, but you want to minimize it. And the whole goal of this is preserving the paint and not blasting it off. Wow, I got a bunch of black gunk right in that window. Well, that's one way. I just blasted all the black gunk off of there with the spray paint. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but all right, it's the next day. This thing is completely dry. I'm gonna throw it in the game and see how it looks. But just, you know, this stuff here, it's it's down, you know. If you wanted to touch it up, now's the time to touch it up. I'm not going to, because it is very difficult to touch up the translucent places and make it look better than just having a couple of little specks missing. If you're a real true artist, you could probably do that. I'm not a true artist, so I am going to leave it the way it is. This thing is at least stable. If somebody wants to touch it up in the future, they'll be able to, and it won't lose any more paint. So that was my goal. All right, so just put the back glass in there. Actually, so Jane's been working on the playfield. Pretty nice playfield, actually. Much nicer than the back glass. This game will be for sale in a little bit. We're going to put new drop targets, all new plastics. The playfield's going to be super nice. Anyway, I'm going to turn it on here. I'll go ahead and boot up a game. Hey, it booted up. Cool. So you can see where the paint's missing. You know, the triple thick's not going to fix any of this stuff. Crazing on her leg. It just keeps it from getting worse. There's that spot there. Ball in play is just pretty much completely gone. I said I wasn't going to touch this up. I might consider doing a little bit, especially those balls in play. They're so bad. I mean, one thing I might consider doing is scraping away every bit of that one so it's completely blank, and then painting the one uniformly, and probably just like spray paint or something, a light blue or any color really. So you'd have to do the 1, 2, the 3. Probably there's a 4 and a 5 in there somewhere too. You just can't see them because they weren't left on forever and burned all the paint off of it. Anyway, but you know, a game like this, you can get a new back glass. It's $350, $400 by the time you get it shipped in. This one's, to me, it's pretty serviceable. Quality of the game. The cabinets, again, haven't cleaned it up yet, but it'll look a lot better than this. Jane's going to touch up all this stuff. It'll look a lot better. The coin door, yeah, she didn't clean that up either. So it's still got a lot of cleaning up to do. But anyway, so the back glass accomplished what I wanted to do. The paint is, what's there is there. It's not going to lose any more paint. So that's the goal with the triple thick. If you liked the video, click like and subscribe. Adios.